It is June 10th, 2019. This is Steve D from San Francisco, California. It's 28 years, 11 months, and 16 days since I masturbated. This is the last of the series in healthy relationships before I get to my current relationship, my beloved wife, who I love with all my heart, mind, body, and soul. The last relationship I'm going to go to sounds like this. It's going to be nothing but straight, raw, crazy ass sex. After being out of a relationship for 4 years, I was running down the Marina Green at Chrissy Field, and there was this beautiful Japanese woman running this way, and I was running this way, and she did this. She cut her eyes over to me. That's all she did. I turned around and I chased her. I literally chased her. Now, she was a better runner than me, about 4 times better. And I could last maybe 45 seconds at the pace she kept, and all I could get out was, why don't you come hear me play tonight? And so she came to the club. We were sexually abstemious for about 4 or 5 dates, which was very impressive to her. But she liked sex as much as I do. She was the first person I ever met that liked sex as much as me. She never got enough, ever. Whether I was initiating or she initiating, it doesn't matter what kind, what place, at what time. I had met my sexual match after 300 women. And that was incredibly satisfying. I loved her. I was not in love with her, but I loved her. Like, I'm in love with my wife. But I wasn't in love with Dee. I loved her very much, and we spent 3 years together. And but I was standing back a little bit because somehow I wasn't connecting to her in ways that I would be connected with my wife. She was a wonderful woman and a tremendous sexual partner, a sexual athlete. And we were doing things that I'm never telling any of you guys about as long as I live. Only my sponsor will know some of those things. And I don't do that stuff no more. But I didn't masturbate and I didn't have an affair. But this was one relationship that I really don't think God wanted me in. This was just my will. I just decided to choose it. And God said, Steve, look, I've been with you through the previous ones. I've guided you. I've helped you, put you in the right place. I've given you power when you didn't have power. But you got enough sense now to make your own. He let me stand up and be a man. And I made a choice. I'm glad I did it. It was a lovely, satisfying experience. As sexually satisfying as I've ever been before I met my wife now. But it's just, God let me grow up and be a man. Okay, you make the decision now. You know, before, when 12 years before, you had to have me hold your hand because you didn't know, you were clueless. And that was the smartest thing you ever did. But now you're a man. You make the call. I had tremendous sex, did things I always wanted to do and will never do again. And that's over. And I'm glad I did it. And that's all there was to it. And it sounded like this. It's over. I'm glad I did it. So you just live and you learn. It's just one of the things you learn in your relationship skills as you get better and better. The next and the last video, which we'll do another time, is going to be about my current relationship with my wife, who's my soulmate. She's the woman I've been looking for all my life. And I finally found her at 62.